Now it's 6 o'clock. 2 people are dead in one Vancouver neighborhood. It's a homicide investigation with very few answers so far. We'll share what police do know.
And we're back at PDX live this morning after a traffic jam forced many to miss flights yesterday. We'll give you an update on how the roadways look this morning. Plus,
these dollars will cover the ODOT budget in order to maintain basic services for Oregonians.
Governor Tina Kotek has announced her new plan to fund ODOT after lawmakers failed to pass a funding bill during the legislative session. But her new bill involves multiple fee increases at the DMV. Your 6 o'clock hour of sunrise starts now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Thursday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney. Chris McGinnis handling traffic for us this morning. Rod Hill back in the mix handling weather for us on this Thursday. What do you got, Rod?
Hey, good morning. Another cloudy morning for the beach. And to me, this is becoming a story. You folks, as you know, have had a lot of cloudy skies this summer, and this is another day where the clouds might be stubborn to get out of here. Chinookwas Casino Resort in Lincoln City is our camera spot. 56 degrees is the temperature. Clear sky morning here in downtown Portland. Looking off from the Wells Fargo building, we are at 60 degrees. This will be another warm day, but not as hot as yesterday, and maybe just cool enough that you notice there is a difference. 76 at noon. Yesterday was 90. 85 to 87 expected this afternoon at 5 o'clock. Here's Chris.
Hey, thanks for that, Rod. Let's get you out the door. We'll start off in Clark County. I-5 southbound, usually one of the first slow spots out there. And right now we're zipping along just fine. There's your southbound commute at SR 14. That looks pretty good. Door number 2 takes us over to the west side. Let's try that again. Door number 2 takes us over to the Sylvan Hill. Traffic zipping right along there as well. And we are pretty close to a speed limit clip on all area freeways. So no major freeway trouble out there just yet. Big problems yesterday getting to PDX related to road work, and we sent Thomas Schultz out there to check that out this morning. I know road work is ongoing again this morning. Thomas, what does it look like right now?
yeah, well, Chris, so far the drive is in pretty good shape. About half an hour ago, it was a little bit slower, but right now those crews are just starting to pick up their cones. We're going to get a little bit closer here to show you what we're seeing. Frankly, I don't know if the road work's even continuing. They said they were going to end at 6. They started picking up their cones a little bit earlier than that, maybe around 5:55, 5:56, just 5 minutes ago or so out here at PDX. And you can see it's clear as day out here right now on that drive into PDX. But these construction problems that they're doing, a road repavement project, led to big problems yesterday. Travelers were stuck on Airport Way for more than an hour for some of them. Some actually tried to walk to the airport instead, which all led to a really big mess, as you could imagine, here at PDX. And travelers told us they thought all of this could have been avoided. Travelers say nobody ever told them that there was going to be construction or delays as part of that construction, so they arrived to the airport at the typical time that they would, not knowing that they'd be sitting in an hour delay of traffic. Hundreds of people had to rebook their flights at PDX, and the Port of Portland told us that they have information on their website, flypdx.com, and social media pages telling people that there was going to be delays, but that's a small for many who missed their flights.
And I looked over to the left and I saw a woman crying in her car. I looked to the right and a man was just yelling and screaming at what looked like his spouse.
It's been nonsense. It's absolutely just crazy.
You can see here the gates of PDX moving pretty smoothly. About half an hour ago, it was a lot busier, a lot more packed. Now it's clearing out just a bit here. You could imagine those travelers who are on 6 o'clock flights have now boarded those planes and are getting ready to take off. But the Port of Portland also told us that they've changed the hours of when that road project is going to happen. Now from 10 to 6, it was 8 to 8 because of this traffic impact we saw yesterday. That road work will continue now until July 30th. Guys?
Thomas, thank you. 2 people died and 2 others were injured in what police describe as a frightening scene last night in an East Vancouver neighborhood not far from Evergreen High School.
So this all started with a 911 call at around 6:15 from a man who lives in that neighborhood. He told police that a man he didn't know, carrying a shotgun, broke into his home through a window and attacked him. He was able to get away, but police say he was injured in that fight. Officers started checking other homes in the area and they came across a home with 2 more victims inside, a man and a woman. They say the woman was dead and the man was injured when they got there. Later, police found a man who matched the suspect's description dead inside another home with what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Needless to say, neighbors were shocked by what happened.
It's terrifying. My parents live here. They're retired, peaceful. I grew up in this neighborhood, and we never had anything remotely close to something like this happening. So, it kind of worries me thinking, they might be at risk.
Police say they believe there's no further threat to the public. The 2 men who were injured during all of this last night were taken to the hospital.
If you hadn't attacked them in their sleep, in the middle of the night, like a pedophile, Kaylee would have kicked your ass.
Emotions were high in the courtroom of the Bryan Kohberger trial in Idaho. Yesterday, Kohberger was sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole after pleading guilty to the 2022 murders of 4 University of Idaho students. We also heard from the 2 surviving roommates who were both home at the time of the killings, as well as the victims' surviving family members. During the hearing, investigators confirmed all 4 victims were killed with a knife. That weapon still missing along with the clothes Kohberger wore that night. They say he wiped most of his digital devices, and despite months of investigation, they found no motive or connection to the victims. They did say it's clear Kohberger targeted the home on King Road. We have much more from Kohberger's sentencing, including more statements from the victims' families, available anytime on our YouTube channel or streaming on our TV app, KGW+.
The Clackamas County Sheriff's Office busted a man they say scammed a local interior supply store out of thousands of dollars in tools. Investigators say 40-year-old Zachary DeLuzio posed as a worker from a drywall company and used that company's account to buy the tools. He's then accused of posting the tools for sale on Facebook Marketplace. So detectives set up a sting, arranging a meetup to buy those tools, and they arrested DeLuzio when he got there. They believe he may have targeted other businesses as well. New this morning, outrage over potential changes coming to farms in Oregon. Places like the Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival in Woodburn and Topaz Farm on Sauvie Island posted videos on social media asking people for help. They say policy changes at the state level could cause them to shut down their farm stands. The list of proposals from the State Department of Land Conservation and Development include clarifying what type of activities are allowed with and without a farm stand permit. For example, certain farm-to-table dinners would need permits and thorough review of how those events would impact neighbors.
The realities of farming are horrible, meaning the economics are just terrible. It's extremely difficult at this scale to make any money. You have to have diversification. If you can't have a farm stand or farm-to-table dinners or harvest festivals in the fall, sunflower festivals, these are the kind of things that allow you to stay in business.
Our team on the story did a deep dive on this and spoke with the policy manager for the state about what's behind these potential rule changes. You can watch that full report on our TV app, KGW+.
Your time now is 6:08. We're tracking a new wildfire that popped up yesterday afternoon in Klickitat County on the Washington side of the gorge. There are level 3 go now evacuations for the Brewer Road fire stretching from Klickitat to Achiacus. Early estimates have the fire at just over 50 acres.
About 10 miles from that fire, crews have made some progress on the Burdoin fire burning between Bingen and Lisle. So that fire is now 13% contained with over 11,000 acres burned. Firefighters say they built what they're describing as a defensible space around homes in that area. Washington Governor Bob Ferguson is scheduled to visit the area today. We're going to stream his remarks live starting at 10:30 on KGW+.
Headed over to meteorologist Rod Hill. I know you're tracking that on your end as well.
Yeah, so the wind direction today continues to be from the west, not extreme, 10 to 20, some gusts to 25. We're looking at mid-80s in Hood River, but hitting 90 degrees in the Dalles. And of course, the largest of the fires burning in Skamania County is that Burdoin fire, which is over 11,000 acres, as Drew and Cheyenne just mentioned. That defensible space is interesting because they basically have gone in and they believe, as I read it, that they've got to every single home in the area and cleared out fuel and brush around the homes, 50 to 100 feet in perimeter. And they hope to continue that work and to get those fire areas around the homes, the fuel cleared out as much as 200 feet in diameter around the homes. They did have some progress yesterday in making containment lines, and let's hope we have further good news on that fire burning in the gorge today. This is the large map. All these little icons of flames are where the large fires are burning. The biggest cluster overall continues to be what was mostly lightning sparked fires down the southwestern corner of our state a good 3 weeks ago at this point. All right, here's the Chehalem tasting room camera in Sherwood. Beautiful sunny morning out there over the vineyard. Early morning number is 59 degrees. Here's a look at from downtown Portland, the Wells Fargo camera. We're looking away from the rising sun off to the southeast this morning, it looks like. Early morning number is 60. We'll be 76 at noon. We certainly hold in the 80s today. 87 or maybe only about 85 for a high, certainly not 90. Yesterday, Portland went 90 and Salem went 93. Here are the early morning numbers, and they're pretty comfortable. 58 degrees in Salem currently. It is 70 out in the Dalles right now, and it is 50 degrees out in Baker City. All right, 7-day forecast for you. Let me hit my button one more time. 7-day forecast for you. Dun, dun, dun. 87, tomorrow 80. So starting tomorrow, it looks like we get some morning cloudiness here in the valley. That will hold temperatures down to the 70s to no more than 80 Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So today's still warm, really comfortable stuff Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then there's a little heat spike coming next week. Right now, I'll jump us back up to 90 degrees on Tuesday, and that is your forecast.